National Housing Preservation Database matches all federal rental subsidies where data is available to their unique property address, making it the only comprehensive deduplicated inventory of federally assisted rental homes in the U.S. The database has been used to enhance affordable housing research, identify affordable housing at risk of losing their subsidies, advocate for the preservation and construction of affordable housing, provide legal aid to residents receiving rental assistance, inform policy proposals, inform comprehensive city planning, identify housing for low-income families, and more. Users can access the database by visiting the Register page. Users working with nonprofits, universities, and government agencies can access the database at no cost, while sponsorships and data subscriptions are available for purchase for users working at for-profit companies. For-profit users looking to sell the data included in the database must contact us at questions@preservationdatabase.org to purchase a data license agreement. Once registered, users can access the database by logging in with their email and password. From there, clicking Data Access will take you to the database. The top of the database displays all subsidy level filtering options, the middle of the page displays all download options, and the bottom of the page displays all federally assisted rental properties included in the database. Information about the funding characteristics of each property can be obtained by clicking the arrow next to each property. The database incorporates data for multiple federal subsidy programs, including Section 8 project-based rental assistance, low-income housing tax credits, home, public housing, HUD-insured mortgages, Section 202 direct loans, State Housing Finance Agency-funded Section 236, U.S. Department of Agriculture Section 515, 514, and 538 direct loans, and select state-funded programs. The database includes active subsidies, which require properties to remain affordable to low-income families, inconclusive subsidies, which may require properties to remain affordable to low-income families, and inactive subsidies, which no longer require properties to remain affordable to low-income families. By default, the database displays all properties and subsidies regardless of their status. To refine the database to only display active properties, the database can be filtered using the Property Status field. The database can also be refined to include properties assisted by specific subsidy programs using the filters at the top of the page. If multiple subsidies are selected, the database will display properties that have any of the selected subsidies. In each year, thousands of these subsidies are set to expire, putting many affordable rental homes at risk of losing their subsidies and becoming out of reach for the lowest income families. Properties with subsidies that are set to expire in the coming years can be identified in the database by filtering properties with the latest subsidy end date that falls before a given date. Additional filters can be applied to identify properties of interest, to refine preservation efforts to the needs of the community, or to target preservation efforts towards properties that are most at risk of loss. Properties can be filtered by any field in the database, including earliest construction date, earliest subsidy start date, total units, REAC or inspection score, target tenant type, owner name and type, manager name and type, bedroom unit mix, funding stream, and more. By default, all filters are programmed to search for properties that contain your search criteria. Filter settings can be customized for each field by clicking the pin icon next to each search field. The database also includes geographic indicators such as latitude, longitude, census tract, county, city, state, and congressional district, which can be used to generate a list of properties in a given area or to link each property to census data. Once all filters are applied, the list of properties can be downloaded by clicking Export Filtered Grid. The Export All option downloads a list of properties with each subsidy listed below. This export is ideal for users who only want to download information for a small number of properties and will not be applying further filters in Excel. The Export Properties option downloads all property-level attributes in the database for selected properties. This is the most common data export and is ideal for users looking to generate a list of properties with subsidies that are set to expire. Finally, the Export Subsidies option downloads all subsidies attached to the properties included in your selection. Since a property can include multiple subsidies, this file will have the largest amount of records. This file is ideal for users looking to perform in-depth analyses on subsidies or the types of subsidies each property receives. Special extracts are also available for researchers looking to perform in-depth analyses on the federally assisted rental housing inventory by clicking Download Complete Database. These extracts display active, inconclusive, and inactive property and subsidy level information on the same row. Documentation is available for users looking to perform in-depth research, which can be found under the documentation header. The data dictionary describes how the database was created. A user guide describes how the database can be used to identify properties that have been lost, how to identify properties that are at risk of being lost, and how the NHPD can be used to create a local preservation database. The Data Sources page describes the date the information for each subsidy program was last updated. The Data Notes page describes the changes that occur between each data refresh and is particularly useful for researchers performing overtime analyses of the NHPD. The Program Description page describes all of the subsidies tracked by the NHPD. And finally, the Updates to the NHPD page describe the changes that occurred during our database redesign in September 2017. To learn more about the National Housing Preservation Database and register to access its resources, please visit www.preservationdatabase.org/access.